19th century England. A girl is making preparations for her trip to Hogwarts. Her name, Kyria Eben. Due to Hogwarts' unprecedented approval, she was admitted to the school as a 5th year, and was able to learn basic spells from the professor of magical theory, Isadora Fig, and was now ready for her departure.
It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar!
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this.
Accompanying an official in the Ministry of Magic, George Osric, Kyria hops on a carriage led by Thestrals, magical horses visible only to those who had witnessed death, and heads toward Hogwarts. Soon, George informs that Fig's recently deceased wife, Miriam, had warned of the threats of the Goblin Rebellion led by Ranrok, and that she had sent a locket to which she hasn't been able to open.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard? How did you...
Wait! We do...
Hang on!
The key was enchanted with magic,
Portkey.
acting as a port key,
enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
transporting Kyria and Professor Fig to an unidentified ruin.
How far did that portkey take us?
Farther from London than the carriage traveled.
As they traverse through the ruins, this mysterious glow
Professor Fig!
that was only visible to Kyria
What in Merlin's name?
led the two to Gringotts, the wizarding bank operated by goblins.
Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank.
As Fig handed the key from the locket, the banker escorted the two to a minecart, diving deeper into the underground caverns,
Where are we going?
to a private vault remaining sealed for the last 4 centuries. Vault number 12.
Wait.
Reminding herself of the spells she had been taught,
A door.
the girl proceeds to discover the secrets buried deep within the darkness of the vault.
Look out!
Potato!
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo!
Against the guardians who woke from their slumber, Kyria defends herself from their relentless attacks and proceeds to explore the vault further. Discovering a magical device that can peer into one's memories. A pensieve. memory was of those who built the vault's hidden room, who possessed knowledge of the mysterious glow, knowledge of ancient magic.
On this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the ritual wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never.
Ancient magic. The key to finding the power that remained dormant for centuries was embedded inside this young girl.
Are the key to understanding why. We were.
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right.
Ranrok.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
I've never seen so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Arriving late at Hogwarts,
I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate.
Kiria reaches the hall just before the end of the sorting ceremony.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
The Sorting Hat acknowledged her desire for exploration.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
As well as her sense of loyalty and diligence,
A sense of loyalty? I believe myself to be a true friend.
assigning her to a house she suits best in.
Better be Hufflepuff!
As the ritual comes to an end, Kiria accompanies Professor Weasley
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you.
to be introduced to her common room,
I shall be
wrapping
back
up
in
her
the hall
eventful
next
entrance
to
ceremony.
first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
And so, Kiria begins a new life at Hogwarts that every child would yearn for. Roaming freely in this massive castle, the new student was having a great time. But late enrollment
It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year.
came with much progress to catch up with, so she had to endeavor diligently, learning offensive spells to protect against hostile enemies. From Professor Hackett's Defense Against the Dark Arts class,
Accio,
spells to manipulate
Reparo.
and repairing objects, as well as other helpful miscellaneous spells. From Professor Ronan's Charms class,
I am afraid it is too late to study now.
combining ingredients with magical properties to brew potions that can boost the user's abilities. From Professor Sharp's Potions class, and growing dangerous yet useful plants and learning how to utilize them. From Professor Garlick's Herbology class.
Quickly! Place your mandrakes in the new pot and cut down the soil!
Through diligence as a Hufflepuff,
Cloaks were lost.
Kiria quickly picks up on all her coursework. Impressed by the new student's steep learning
After you,
curve,
Professor.
Professor Weasley provides her a better environment for her studies,
There you are.
introducing her to a loyal servant of Hogwarts, House Elf Deke,
Deke is honored to meet you.
as well as a magical room that provides whatever the user desires. The Room of Requirement. In this magical space that expands freely as required, Kiria customizes the room to her heart's content, and through consistent practice and revision, she keeps herself busy day after day,
Incendio!
becoming an elite student at Hogwarts.
eager to get to
A few days later, in need of restocking her supplies,
First visit to the village with a classmate.
Kiria accompanies a friend she met in class earlier.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough.
A Slytherin student, Sebastian Sallow,
You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel.
and heads to the nearby village, Hogsmeade. With all sorts of attractions and entertainments in the village, she obtains her very own brand new wand.
Extraordinary.
And after spending a good time, she prepares to go back to school.
Excellent.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Just like the dragon's assault a few days past, a huge troll suddenly raids Hogsmeade, wearing goblin-made silver-plated armor. What it lacked in intelligence, the troll made up with its superior physique. And as Kiria demonstrated her magical aptitude, she could feel an immense power
What was that?
awakening inside her. The two students freed the village of the troll,
I suppose so.
but the dark aura that can be sensed from the back of the alley gave Kiria the shivers.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Ranrok, who unleashed a troll in search of Kiria, and the dark wizard who joined forces with Ranrok, Victor Rookwood. Could they too be searching for ancient magic? Kiria left Hogsmeade with questions unanswered. But Rookwood was one step ahead.
No need for theatrics.
Dispatching his gang members, the Ashwinders,
To your mum?
already searching Hogwarts' perimeter.
Devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be
Enough out of you.
But even such dark wizards were no match against this gifted prodigy who excels both in effort and skill. Hearing the news, Professor Fig advises Kiria that she must reach the secret to ancient magic before Ranrok does.
Wizards are after you. They want what we found in that vault.
Learning that the next clue
Leads to the light,
is in one of the library's restricted sections,
to be precise.
she goes through a passage visible only to those who perceive ancient magic, and stumble upon a massive underground vault. Facing even more guardians of the vault, she single-handedly defeats every foe standing in her way, and discovers yet another pensieve. 4 centuries ago, the 4 professors at Hogwarts greeted a newly admitted 5th year like Kyria.
Wanted to see me?
Isadora Morganach.
Professor Rackham.
As it happens, I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year.
Like Percival Rackham
I've never
himself,
heard of another like us.
Isadora was one of the very few students who possessed a rare ability with ancient magic.
Professor Rackham can see them too, but we've never known of another who could.
As even the safest place in the wizarding world, the castle grounds of Hogwarts was built upon this magic. It could bring miracles in the right hands, but also destruction should it fall in the wrong hands. And so Percival took her under his wing and provided guidance. Later, Kyria inspects the book with a professor, only to find out a few significant pages are missing.
Must have been quite stable.
In search of the traits of ancient magic, Kyria goes on a field trip to the wizarding prison Azkaban.
Expecto Patronum!
And through the horrifying spider layers, as she finds the missing page in another vault,
Your doom, Jackdaw.
reaching a huge chamber.
Can it be?
It's you.
Percival Rackham reveals himself from his portrait.
I recognize you from the Pensives. You're Professor Rackham.
As a member of the Keepers formed by a small group of wizards, devoted to safekeeping the knowledge of ancient magic, he compliments Kyria for discovering the map chamber despite her young age.
Someone so young standing before me.
Furthermore,
To think it was beneath us all this time.
as Professor Fig enters with the book, the chamber rewards their arduous journey with a sight to behold.
A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent.
As the chamber reveals the landscape surrounding Hogwarts, Kyria must undergo the 4 trials designed by the 4 professors:
Self-worthy.
Percival Rackham, Charles Rookwood, Neum Fitzgerald, and San Bakar, in order to prove her worth to carry out the Keeper's duty.
We have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands.
Preparing for the trials that are upon her, the Keeper Cadet devotes to her studies. As she diversified her range of spells, honing her talents further with various perks, treating enemies lurking outside Hogwarts like meaty punching bags. This sweet but psycho girl displays her magical capabilities.
What have you done?
Oh, by the way, that's not murder. Why would blowing up a barrel be murder? I couldn't tell.
Up!
Later, during the long-awaited flying class, Kyria finally hops on her broomstick, flying freely across the sky. And moving on to the beasts class, she learned how to tend to magical beasts.
That's lovely. I'm sure he feels much better.
and to rescue wild beasts that are in danger. As such, the Room of Requirement provides a safe haven for the rescued beasts. But as the Highlands were swarming with poachers, these magical beasts were not safe in their own habitats. The poachers caught wild beasts minding their businesses, harvested magical ingredients, and sold them off for profit.
Toads. Poor beasts.
And so the righteous girl stood up to protect the beasts. By capturing wild beasts minding their businesses, harvesting magical ingredients, and selling them to a safe place. What, you got a problem, Muggle? Like a taste of incendio? Better behave. As she frees these precious beasts from the poacher's hands, she continues on her rescue campaign. For all varieties of magical creatures, and to rescue the hippogriffs caught by Ashwinders. Kyria confronts them at their stronghold. Like this, the kindness these rescued beasts express were truly something invaluable. And seeing them enjoying in their new habitats gave Kyria hope to step towards the future. However, one of the poacher's tents gave great shock to this guardian of the beasts.
Merlin's name? Are those dragons?
A huge battle arena for poachers, Horntail Hall, with the help of a fellow Hufflepuff friend, Poppy.
Not a fair one, then.
Kyria clears out the poachers that voluntarily tortured the beasts, and grants freedom to the captive dragon.
This may have been a bad idea. I suppose we'll find out.
And so, through her continuous adventures and trials, Kyria is prepared for the trial as a keeper.
Ranrok is moving more quickly than we could have anticipated.
Though Professor Fig and the student arrived at the destination,
Ranrock's loyalists, around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
There were already Ashwinders
Out of your eyes.
and goblins who seized the tower.
You explain the stench.
As well as her nemesis in search of something.
If you could simply manage to bring me the child.
We wouldn't need the child if you hadn't sent a dragon to retrieve the container I spent months and countless ministry favors tracking.
You let them board the carriage. My options were limited once I knew it would be inconveniently beyond my reach at that infernal school.
Have you not acquired enough power here? I allowed you to tunnel under my family home.
Allowed me? You are here only because you are descended from a keeper and may at some point inadvertently become valuable. We had an agreement. I will share with you the power that I discovered if you locate the stores of magic that are yet to be found. So, unless you want another demonstration of my power, a power that you one day hope to wield, bring me the child.
Ranrok's ultimate objective, the repository. Not long after searching through the tower, Kiria finds an empty husk of what used to be a repository.
It looks empty. If they've taken all of it, why are they still here?
And discovers Ranrok is searching for more of them. Realizing his power that could overwhelm powerful wizards like Fig came from this very repository. Although the source of this power was yet unknown,
Right now, you must complete the next trial.
she decides to focus on her trials, easily defeating enemies that took over the tower, and completes the 4 Keepers' 4 hidden trials, as she defeats the gigantic Pensieve Guardians, who have kept the secrets of ancient magic, and proves her worth, reaching all 4 Pensieves containing memories of the Keepers. Under Percival's supervision, Isadora wielded ancient magic exceptionally well.
What is it?
But she cannot understand.
Pretty pillars, he needs peace.
Why waste such power and not use it to remove pain?
I want to take away his pain.
Isadora wished to use this power for her father who suffered the loss of his family.
What if I could help him, Professor?
But Percival calmly advised
Force unto itself.
that controlling human emotions can be unpredictable and dangerous.
It is not your pain to take.
After several years have passed,
Welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
Isadora returned to Hogwarts as a professor
Professor Rickwood?
and invited the Keepers to her home,
Please, have a seat.
greeting them with hospitality. She introduced them to her long-suffering father.
These are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died. On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
Isadora. What have you done?
I took his pain.
Isadora successfully extracted human emotions. Witnessing this magic, too dangerous for an individual to control, the professors were utterly disturbed.
You can only see what has been sealed in the jar, and we do not know what power that may hold.
But Isadora knew no limits.
Thank you.
It did indeed.
She requested her goblin friend, Bragor, to build a repository that could store the emotions she extracted.
Its power can be used to do even more good.
And as Isadora's power grew,
Everyone's ready to wield such power.
she could extract emotions by force.
What are you doing?
And even absorb them. Her unquenchable thirst for power
So long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
was getting out of hand.
Son, I'm glad you're here.
Isadora was not at her home.
I know.
Her father... Percival.
What is it?
It is as though he was stripped not only of his pain, but of all emotion.
Everything is much worse than I feared. Neve was right. Isadora hasn't stopped. I've just learned that she has been wielding that magic on students.
We must gather the others. I need you to return to your common room, all right?
What have you done?
Take a breath.
Students, Isadora.
Everyone feels pain. And why? Because of your arrogance? Your obsession with secrets? He won't suffer any longer. Not my father, not my students, no one.
Isadora, set down your wand.
Professor, you taught me to hone my power, not throw it away.
I did not teach you this. Expelliarmus!
Finally, the truth has been revealed. To prevent those in the future who come to wield ancient magic from making the same mistakes as Isadora, Percival prepared for these trials to test them,
might be seduced by its power,
whether they possess the responsibility befitting their power,
to allow them to prove themselves worthy of the knowledge we'd kept hidden.
Sensing that Kyria is now ready.
You have, and you will.
Percival informs that the last location of Isadora's repository is hidden beneath the grounds at Hogwarts. But in order to enter the last repository,
wand from the 4 artifacts,
it required a unique wand composed of the 4 artifacts from the Pensives.
I have never
But to craft a wand with such power required quite some time.
Wands, of course, but this is something else entirely.
Faster, Highway!
And so, preparing against the upcoming battle, Kyria felt the need to grow her strength further. Hence, she approached Sebastian and wanted to heal his cursed sister, eventually tapping into the forbidden dark magic. The curse that inflicts insufferable pain. Crucio. And the curse that takes full control of the victim. Imperio. Learning to cast such dangerous spells from him, Kyria continues on her pursuit of Ranrok.
Lodgok is as worried as the rest of us about what's been going on.
And was able to meet Lodgok, a goblin who was once a close associate of Ranrok.
Let's say I did know. Why should I trust you?
Wizards despised, yet abused goblins, denying to share with them their magical powers. And goblins coveted the wand's powers, raising a rebellion twice and bringing chaos to the wizarding world. Even now, the bad blood between them runs deep, and the innocent goblin teenager, who once admired dragons, started to detest wizards who showed him discrimination and contempt, becoming the dark figure as he is known now. Hence, Ranrok ordered Lodgok to find his ancestor Bragbor's journal, which contained information about Isadora's repositories. And as Lodgok went out in search of the journal, he met a witch unlike any other, who treated goblins with kindness, Professor Fig's wife, Miriam.
When she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard. I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch, and I heard she had been killed.
You think Ranrok murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrok, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
But time was not on Kyria's side.
Enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
The goblins were building a massive drill to dig directly underground to the repository. And if they found Bragbor's journal stating its location, Ranrok was about to storm into the repository at once. As Lodgok distracted Ranrok from the journal, Kyria ventures deep into the tunnel.
Ranrock's gonna be pleased with our progress.
Defeating waves of goblins without breaking a sweat. And successfully destroys the drill.
That is unfortunate. No matter, we will build another.
I found this one lurking outside.
Lodgok? Come to make amends, little brother.
I came to stop this.
What is this you've brought me? It cannot be. All this time, you knew. You knew where it was. No.
Are you all right?
I'll never understand you, Lord Gok. So gullible. That witch did not consider you an equal. She, like all wizard kind, sought only to use you.
You're wrong, Ranrok.
The young ones are especially deceitful. They are taught to hide their disgust for us, as they exploit us.
Astonishing that our ancestors ever trusted each other.
All this time, looking everywhere for the final repository, searching in vain for Bragbor's last journal. Wasted my time, chasing a child. And my little brother knew where it was all along. But now, I don't need you. I don't need any of you.
I was bringing it to you.
You are a traitor to our kind!
Avada Kedavra!
In the end, Bragbor's journal was lost. Not knowing when would Ranrok invade the repository, Kyria receives news that the wand is finally complete, and with a new wand, made by the hands of Ollivander himself, she heads back to Hogwarts with haste.
I'm afraid you're on your own. I've ensured that we have a moment to ourselves. Oh, come, come. No need for such theatrics. In light of what Ranrok now knows, you must agree that our interests are aligned.
Our interests will never be aligned.
That repository is my birthright!
Charles Rookwood wouldn't have wanted you near it.
The arrogance.
Begins the duel with Rookwood.
What's this? I'll make you...
Poaching, kidnapping, murder. Thinking of these unforgivable criminals who gave rise to countless horrors across the Highlands, the young witch felt an unbearable wrath, casting the spell she'd witnessed so much
Avada Kedavra!
from her very wand. Avada Kedavra, completed by murderous intentions. The last unforgivable curse. Against these cancerous beings, no Ashwinder was able to withstand the powerful curse that Kyria cast upon her. And such too was the fate
Rookwood don't go down easy!
of Victor Rookwood, blinded by ambition. Leaving Rookwood to his demise, Kyria returns to the map chamber and confronts the Keepers with Professor Fig.
Be released. Resist the temptation to destroy or control it. The magic that you have so carefully honed must now be used only to protect the secret we keep. You have the wand. You will know when to wield it. We leave our legacy in your hands.
That must be the way to the repository.
Finally, the entrance to the last repository has opened, but it was already too late by then.
Damn, the goblins.
I wonder if Ranrok is here.
Let's go.
Piercing through Hogwarts' defensive spells, the underground was already swarming with Ranrok's loyalists, using all sorts of spells and chucking vicious combat plans, even spamming unforgivable curses for the greater cause. The trespassers fell one after another by this sweet but psycho girl, as Kyria proceeded swiftly towards the repository.
The goblins have somehow evaded the castle's defensive charms.
Steer them this way! We shall make quick work of them!
They got this.
Reliable reinforcements assembled to defend Hogwarts. With admirable supports from the professors, Kyria and Professor Fig head swiftly toward the repository. And finally reaches its entrance.
I'm relieved we got here before Ranrok.
I can't believe this is it. The repository has been under the castle for hundreds of years.
The arrogance of wizard kind. Goblins built this repository. It belongs to us.
Enough, Ranrok. It was never yours.
I've been wanting to play with this.
Miriam's wand.
If she'd simply handed over the container, all of this could have been avoided. Foolish, self-important witch. Seems you were two of a kind. She didn't know when to give up either.
Ranrok goes on a rampage as he absorbs the power. Such power extracted from human emotions was extremely fierce and intense like no one.
There seems to be some fighting you after all.
But his opponent was the one who wielded ancient magic, the Chosen One.
Stop! You have no idea what you're doing.
Cautiously, she destroyed Ranrock's orbs one by one. And as the newest recruit of the Keepers, she casts every spell she has learned so far on Ranrok, consumed with hatred, laying him to waste.
Miriam. Miriam would have loved you, my young friend. The wizarding world could not be in more capable hands.
At last, Hogwarts is at peace, honoring Professor Fig's great sacrifice.
We must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
All professors and students raise their glasses high. And as people returned to their peaceful lives at Hogwarts, time flew past.
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. Allow me to finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house. Wouldn't you agree?
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.